You have a song on your album called Fix a Heart. It's my daughter's favorite song. Baby, I just ran out of Band-Aids. I don't even know where to start because you can bandage the damage. You never really can fix a heart. And that's what you were doing for years, right? On this,
right.
On the TV show and all the you started at 6 years old on Barney. I mean, let's remember that. But going up through Sunny with a Chance and through Camp Rock and all these things, it's about putting Band-Aids on the problems for you, right? And it just boiled over when you were on the road with the Jonas Brothers.
Yes. I was dealing with a lot internally, and the problem with certain issues that I was dealing with is that if you don't get help soon enough, you know, you do reach a point where you have to go to treatment. That's the scary part about cutting and eating disorders, is that
do they go hand in hand, cutting and eating disorders? I mean, the self-harm, does that usually come with an eating disorder? Are they normally paired like that?
I've heard many doctors talk about different issues going hand in hand. For me, personally, it did. So I can't be healthy from an eating disorder and still cut. You know, I can't do that. For me, I have to be clear of everything. And right now, I am, and I'm happy, and I'm doing awesome. So I'm really excited.
You can tell. You look good. But, you know, when you look back, I remember watching you on the show or the Camp Rock. So from outside, everything looked great. What was the breaking point for you?
The breaking point for me, you know, I was just dealing with a lot, and I was tired, and I was out of the country, and I was away from my family, and I just, you know, things had just built up to a point, and I was unhealthy, and, you know, when you're putting on concerts, when you're not eating, and, you know, that'll take a toll on you, and it did, and I snapped, and I regret it to this day. You know, I made a really poor decision, and it landed me in treatment. But treatment was the best decision that I ever made, and it saved my life. You
talk about snap. For those who don't know, you struck one of your backup dancers physically, but that turned out to be the straw that broke the camel's back and got you into rehab. Looking back, you did not want to go to rehab at the time. Who does? Or to treatment.
Right.
But you went. It saved your life, didn't it? It
did. It totally did. And I think that's another thing that I want to talk about, too, and be open about, is that, no, I didn't want to go to treatment, and I didn't want to get help. You know, I totally was not done with my eating disorder, and I wasn't done with my problems, and I thought, well, I'm only 18, you know, I've got so much to go. I can lose 15 more pounds. I can do this. Why are you stopping me? And that's the scary part about those diseases, is that you never think it's enough. And there is a certain point where you learn, you know, your family, it's taking a toll on your entire family and your career and everything in your life, and it's jeopardizing so much that you have to get help. And by speaking about that, there may be girls right now that may not want to get help but know that they have a problem, and they definitely need to get help.
What about your fame going into treatment? I mean, surely you're recognizable, especially if you're going in with girls around your same age. Was that hard for you?
Oh, my gosh, that was terrifying.
Blabbers, right? I mean, people blabbing your story, probably.
Well, I wasn't even worried about that necessarily. When I went into treatment, I was like, oh, well, it's all aired. Like, you know, it's all coming out, whatever I did. Like, it's all out there now. So I was just kind of like a little bitter on that point. And I was just like, whatever. Like, if I pick my nose, it's going to be out there. So I was just like,
don't say I ate it, because I didn't eat it.
I might have picked. That's I did not eat. So, anyway, so I went in there, but what was scary for me is I have social anxiety issues when it comes to girls my age, because I dealt with bullying. So when I stepped into a treatment center where I was having to live with 25 strangers that I didn't know, that were my age, that were girls, I was like, oh my gosh, like almost had a full-blown panic attack. I think I did like a few times.
Especially being vulnerable. I mean, you're going in
Very
already
vulnerable.
in a vulnerable state.